Thank you for hearing me and for considering this issue, esteemed members of the Town Council. My name is Caryn Harlos. I am a resident of Castle Rock, and I'm also a national officer. I'm the National Secretary of the Libertarian Party, the National Party. I've heard several comments tonight that were somewhat concerning to me. I had heard, well, there is a concern about what type of vibes or environment that this perfectly legal product should be able to be countenanced in Castle Rock. Let me tell you a story about myself in Colorado and free speech. I won a lawsuit against the state of Colorado on ballot selfies. And the state of Colorado had said in that, well, she could just exercise her free speech some other way. They acknowledged it was my right, but said that they knew better than I did how I should exercise it. There is an analogy to be had here. Let me also tell you a story about me. I have spinal stenosis. I am watching the war on opioids with terror because I once had to live on opioids for 5 years. I was never addicted, but it allowed me to have a normal life. Now with the stigmatization of people who legitimately have pain issues, the options are narrowing and narrowing, and with society accepting things like, say, physician-assisted suicide, it almost seems like we would rather have our people in pain take that way out rather than ways in which they can control their pain. I think the war on opioids is a crime and a shame that puts people like me in fear. Could I become addicted? Yes. I would rather live with a monkey on my back than the dragon that currently lives in my back. And whose right is it to say that I should have to make that choice? But fortunately, Kratom works for me, and it has for several years. It is a miracle. It allows me to have a peaceful life. As far as heard some comments about self-medicating, and I have to tell you, that was alarming. Are you any of you my doctors or my pastors that should be telling me how I can or should quote-unquote self-medicate, that you sit in judgment of me on something that I put in my own body? Is that your right? I thought conservatism, and I view this as a conservative town, meant less government, less control, less paternalistic. So by saying you don't want a kava or kratom bar in town, but no, we're not making it illegal, you're saying you can do your dirty little thing in your home, but we don't want it in our respectable society. What gives you that right? I am a very respectable person. I am a professional paralegal of 20 years. I am not the underside of society. And as far as this being the first kava bar, Denver has kava bars. I don't know where that information came from. It's mostly kava that is in this bar-type situation. It's relaxing like alcohol is. If you're going to be so concerned about the vibes of a kava bar, I would like to know when the emergency referendum will be had on various bars that are in Castle Rock. Or what about the liquor stores? Would we like to get into statistics of how many people are addicted to or how unsavory or unseemly liquor could be? Please don't be paternalistic daddies. I've had a mother and father, and it is not the town council of Castle Rock. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Caryn. Any more comments?